Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you the unboxing of the brand new Honor Magic 2. I was lucky enough to be able to make it here to the Beijing launch event. It was an amazing event. We saw a lot of stuff coming out. But I know you're not here to listen to me. You want to see what's inside this box. This is the Honor Magic 2. Let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing and initial impressions of this brand new device. This is TK and this is XDA TV. So here's the box. Obviously we can see that the sliding effect here is a very big part of this device. This is the Magic 2, the evolution of the original Magic phone that we covered for you guys back in 2016 at CES when we got our hands on with it. The box is pretty simple, not much going on other than some information at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and unbox it for you guys real quick, and here we are, the brand new Magic 2. The device is centered right now, and let's go ahead and we'll do a quick take off the plastic. Oh man, that is nice. And here we have it. This is the gradient black. It starts off obviously with a black coloring at the bottom, and it naturally fades into a more of a silverish gray tone at the top. It is reflective, as you could probably see, the camera that I'm filming you guys on it. And of course, right there, AI vision, which of course has the triple camera setup. Now we have a wide angle lens in the back, as well as a monochrome sensor and a color RGB sensor. So we're gonna be getting really good pictures, very, very high quality, of course, with AI, with the dual NPU. This is powered by the Kirin 980, which essentially is Huawei and Honor's first 7nm chipset that has a triple setup option, which is essentially a big, medium, little option. 2 fast cores running to be able to run your fast gaming and all the high performance needs that you need. 2 medium cores and 4 low power cores to run your average daily usage. We have 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, as well as the fact that we have this nice little sliding mechanism. Now the surprise that was announced during the event that I wasn't really expecting is the fact that we not only have 3 cameras in the back, but we also have 3 cameras in the front. Now these cameras of course are augmented with the fact that we have a speaker here that's sitting in the back bezel, and when you close it, that gives you basically an almost 100% screen to body ratio as far as the display. Just beautiful, minimal bezels and minimal chin. So we're going to go ahead and power up the phone. Actually, let's go real quick with the quick hands on here. We have the power button and the volume rocker on the right side, a couple of antenna bands. On the left side, we have nothing other than basically the SIM tray that's present here on the top left. On the bottom, what we have here is just a single firing speaker grill at the bottom, USB-C for data and power, as well as a microphone. On the top, we have an IR blaster and basically the other microphone on the device and a couple of antenna bands. Let's go ahead and power it on and see what's left in the box. I'll give it a few seconds. I felt that vibration, and here it is, the Honor Magic booting up. We have a SIM eject tool. It's a pretty nice case actually. We have a nice custom-made case for the Honor Magic that is intended to work directly with the sliding mechanism. So essentially is when you put the Magic inside, you'll be able to still access the mechanism here in the back without damaging, and the case, the phone definitely gets protected. And it pretty much extends at the bottom here, so you'll see the shin right there. We have the 40 watt Huawei supercharger built in here. Now this is a Chinese plug, but I'm pretty sure this will work as well in the US, as it seems like it's the same format. We have a USB-C to USB-A cable here, of course, for data and sync. And we have a USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack. As you notice, the device does not have a headphone jack on it. So let's go ahead and wait for it to finish booting up and see what's inside. So here we are at the main screen. As I mentioned to you guys, this is a 6.39-inch display that's basically, for the most part, if you noticed, almost the entire front panel is a display. The chin on the bottom is extremely minimal. The side bezels, the top bezels are almost non-existent. Now when we slide it open, as I showed you guys at the beginning, we have that triple camera set up in here, and we have 3 cameras. We have a 16, a 2, and a 2 megapixels, so 2 2-megapixel sensors, as well as 1 16 megapixels in the front. On the back, we have a triple camera setup that we have, as I mentioned to you guys, with one of them being the wide angle lens, but we have a 16 and a 16 and a 24 megapixel. The 24 megapixel is the monochrome sensor. One of the 16s is an RGB standard lens, and the other 16 is a wide angle lens that gives us obviously the ability to fit way more in your pictures. So now we're at the home screen and we're greeted with the Magic UI's new interface. Again, this is going to be based on EMUI 9.0, built in over obviously Android 9.0 on this device. The device by default gets turned on with gestures, so if you're not familiar with the new gestures that we got announced, so let's say we open up the theme store, I can go home by going up. I can go back into the theme store, swipe from the right, and then basically go home. So those are the main gestures. If I swipe and hold, it gets me access to the Recents app, and I can of course engage and do split screen, do all the multitasking functionalities that we normally have. The UI overall is basically, as we've seen with EMUI 9.0, a lot of the optimizations are in here, a lot of the fluidity and the synchronized basically system UI. We'll go into the System tab, About Phone. So here we have the Honor Magic 2 is the name, and EMUI 9, Android 9.0. We have the Kirin 980 powering the process. As far as the processor, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, and the display is a 2340 by 1080. So we have a 1080p panel with an 18 by 9 aspect long format display, of course with October 1st as far as the latest security patch. Going back home, the UI doesn't have an app store by default, but you can turn that on. Let's go ahead and turn on the camera real quick just to kind of see what we have. So switch camera modes, we'll go ahead and hit next, and we don't want to enable GPS right now. And so by default, you'll notice right there, the AI camera functionality is built in. Sliding the camera down will open up the camera in the front. By default, it goes into this one. Of course, I can switch over, go back to the back-facing sensors, and of course, we can see what we have. But the UI overall is very familiar. We have the aperture mode, portrait mode, photo mode, video mode. Of course, AR lenses are built in here as well. And under more, we of course have the additional ones. We have the artist mode that actually I haven't seen that one before, but we have watermark, time-lapse, filter, HDR, panorama, pro, of course, slow-mo, night shot, definitely built in here, and of course is document. Go back into settings. The organization is pretty familiar. We've seen this on other devices with EMUI 9.0. So basically we have the options to customize not only the network connectivity, the dual SIM support here supports not only 2 SIMs, but 4G LTE on both, as well as voice over LTE on both, which is very good, especially if you're traveling to countries that you don't want to lose the functionalities of your main SIM. Home customizations, display, as I mentioned to you guys, you can go in there and set up the options. Text size, sleep, comfort, swipe back here. Sound notification apps, battery. Digital balance is here, it's built in. This is Huawei's and Honor's version of the digital well-being that we've seen with EMUI, well, with Android 9.0. So we definitely have an integration here, and this will give you pretty much the same information, and it basically helps you have a better experience and not have too much screen on time on your phone. I have this and it works very, very nice. Security and privacy, we'll be able to go in there to customize and set up the in-display fingerprint sensor. So that's one thing you noticed as I did the unboxing. I did not show you where the fingerprint sensor is, and that's because it's built into the display. So I'm going to go through the setup right now with you guys and show you guys how that works. So we're going to go ahead and enroll it. You'll notice there's that little light right there telling me where to put my finger. I'm going to go ahead and put my thumb, and we'll start enrolling it. So we'll go through that part. Now that we're done, we can either rename it or we just say okay, and of course you can add additional fingers if you'd like. Now, one of the other announcements that they did make at during the show was that there was going to be a model that will be released a little bit later on that does have the 3D face unlocking technology. This one does not have that, but again, we do have the fingerprint sensor, which is really, really good, and we'll get a chance to test it out right now. So we'll go ahead and lock the phone. You'll notice it gives us a little bit of a logo to know exactly where to put our finger. I'll go ahead and put my finger, and you notice it's right there, very, very fast. I'll lock it again. I'll give it a second. So the last thing I want to share with you guys real quick is I know by default I mentioned to you guys that we have navigation gestures turned on, but if you want to, you can definitely go back to the 3-key navigation, the standard Android navigation buttons, and then you can also of course go in there and configure those, or you can even use the dock. Overall, this phone looks pretty good. I'm really excited about the fact that we finally see the successor to the original Magic. I can't wait to test it out. So just expect a lot more content from us here, obviously here as well as on the portal for the Magic 2. This was a quick hands-on, and if you want some more information, please check out the XDA portal for the article that we posted referencing everything that was announced about this phone, as well as on our Twitter account that we were sharing with you guys, of course, live tweeting the event. Like and subscribe as usual. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about the Magic 2? What is your favorite feature that you're looking forward to for? And just to answer the question that I did get on Twitter regarding the chin, this is minimal. This is almost non-existent and all the way at the top, and I cannot wait to test it out. Of course, Yo-Yo is built in here, and there's a lot more stuff in here that we just still have to experience with you guys.